European rural areas provide EU citizens with a vital supply of essential environmental services, and the Member States' rural development programmes are able to help to improve the supply of these environmental services from our countryside. Rural development programmes can finance a wide range of different environmental services projects, including conservation of biodiversity habitats and landscapes, water management and flood protection activities, forest fire prevention, soil and air quality projects, as well as, among others, increasing rural areas' ability to deal with changing climate patterns.
Member States can make good use of their rural development programmes to improve the delivery of environmental services. And for this reason, environment and climate action is a cross-cutting priority for rural development programmes for the 2014 to 2020 programming period. This means they all need to ensure a special emphasis on more projects with more of an environmental and climate-friendly focus. As a cross-cutting priority, it covers all rural development programme measures, which is a good thing because all projects can deliver environment and climate-friendly benefits if they are designed and funded to do so. A number of particularly useful approaches are being encouraged to improve the delivery of environmental services from rural development programmes. These include integrated approaches, which link funds from different rural development programme measures in ways that avoid conflicting actions and ensure complementarity between the activities that are funded. Territorial approaches are also very useful, and these involve groups of land managers working collectively together to provide a consistent level of support for and delivery of environmental services within a particular area.
This is a farm from the Netherlands that has been involved in helping to show the benefits that can be gained from collective and territorial approaches to using agri-environment support from EU and national sources. The farm uses conservation measures that are coordinated by a regional agri-environment cooperative. We now have over 150 of these cooperatives in the Netherlands, and they operate in fact as producer groups for environmental services. Our experiences of working in this collective way confirms that the benefits of a territorial approach are multiple. First, it's much more effective for species that rely on habitats which extend beyond the borders of an individual farm, such as the birds, insects and plants here on this farm. The farmers all have a shared and common interest in working with each other through the agri-environment cooperative as a coordinated group in order to get good results, which would be much less likely in case of uncoordinated individual action. Using the collective approach means that there is an incentive to make sure that environmental actions on one farm are supporting similar work on other farms in the group. And it's also a good technique for encouraging a high scheme uptake and regional coverage. Cooperatives and other collective approaches can also help to reduce implementation costs for agri-environment schemes. For example, if the cooperative or producer group is also involved in the scheme's implementation, this can result in reduced costs from economies of scale, which is an interesting angle from a budget point of view for people involved in managing public funds.
In addition to linking up land managers and territorial approaches, the Dutch Rural Development Programme is also following other countries' interests in integrated approaches to supporting environmental services projects. Like this success story from Austria that uses Rural Development Programme funds from the training measure to help farmers who use agri-environment payments to identify the wildlife species on their land that they are protecting. This type of integrated approach is especially useful for helping farmers to report on the results of the environmental services projects financed by the rural development programs.
The farmers get a specific training, especially for identifying species, plant and animal species on the meadows, and this gives them a better understanding about the background of agro-environmental scheme. so they understand better the linkage between biodiversity and land use. We have some important benefits from this project, which is a better acceptance and understanding of agro-environmental programs here in Austria, and we see that farmers take more responsibility for nature and biodiversity, and also a wider acceptance of the agro-environmental measures. For the training of the farmers, we had a group of experts, of ecologists, about 25 people, and they got a specific training how to deal with the farmers, how to plan and how to run the visit on the farms. We had guidelines how to talk to the farmers, how to motivate the farmers, and those experts also got educational stuff, identification charts from us, so that they could hand this over to the farmers and show the farmers what they find on their fields, on their meadows. And also then, after the visits of the farms, those experts were brought together again for feedback workshops to learn for the next meetings. It was very easy to find a lot of farmers who are interested in the project and who want to participate in the project. They are participating voluntarily because they want to learn more what is in their fields, and so it was quite easy to get those 700 farms who participate, and they get very little incentives for doing these observations.
Ich habe gelernt im Projekt mit offenen Augen durch die Natur zu gehen, zu sehen, was für verschiedene Tierarten es gibt und auch ganz genau, zum Beispiel ist es kein Grashüpfer, sondern was für eine Art von Grashüpfer es ist. Dann möchte ich wissen, wie viele es sind, und dann frage ich mich auch, warum sind die jetzt gerade da? Das hat mich vorher eigentlich nie interessiert, obwohl ich immer schon sehr naturverbunden gewesen bin. Aber durch dieses Projekt habe ich eben gelernt, wirklich die Biodiversität genau kennenzulernen und auch zu schätzen. Und für mich persönlich habe ich auch mitgenommen, dass ich durch dieses Projekt nicht Zeit einbüße, sondern für mich sogar Zeit bekomme, indem ich mich aufs Feld stelle, die Tiere zähle und ein bisschen abschalte und Zeit für mich gewinne dadurch.
So for the next years, we will have some changes in the program, in the project. We will change the observation methods, so that the data that the farmers gather will be more useful for evaluation of the programs. Then we will establish deeper cooperation with agricultural schools to teach biodiversity on the schools. And finally, we will have more focus on feedback from the farmers in order to improve agro-environmental schemes.
Am wichtigsten ist für mich die Aufklärung der Landwirte über die Ziele des Projekts und die genaue Einschulung. Also dass wirklich Biologen auf den Betrieb kommen und genau zeigen, um welche Pflanze oder Tier es sich handelt und wie man damit umgeht und wie man genau zählt, dass es einen Sinn macht.
Using training funds to improve farmers' ability to identify and explain the results of their environmental services work is a method that can be used by all member states. This helps to increase the visibility of the benefits that rural development programs produce for EU citizens. It represents good practice in the management of EU funds and will help to ensure that the rural development programs continue to be recognised as important providers of vital environmental services. For further information about how to use rural development program funds to provide different types of environmental services, connect with the rural development authorities in your country through the website of the European Network for Rural Development.